Right, here's the lymphatic system. It's a really short PowerPoint, so it shouldn't take that long to get through it. We're going to look at some structures that are called lymphoid organs because they are a part of the lymphatic system that are large tissues that make up large organs. And then there are small, tiny organs called lymph nodes, and they're collected in some superficial areas. We're going to go over those locations as well. Right, this first slide is talking about tonsils, and there are 3 tonsils, and we looked at them in the respiratory system if you've already gone through that system. The tonsils are located right here. We'll start with that one, and then we'll come over here to talk about those tonsils, and then this last line we'll talk about those. And again, I'm just going to use the first letter of the name of the label name. For example, on the left-hand side, that is the lingual tonsils. They're actually a part of the tongue. So if you remove the lingual tonsils, you'd have to remove part of the tongue. Then we go on the right-hand side. These tonsils on the very top, those are the pharyngeal tonsils. They are also known as the adenoids, and they're located in the nasopharynx. And then the other line, those are the palatine tonsils, because they're real close to the palate. The palatine tonsils are going to be the tonsils that are removed during a tonsillectomy. They can remove the adenoids if they want to. They will never remove the the lingual tonsils unless there's some sort of cancer process going on. Then we'll have to remove the tongue. All right, now we'll start looking at some of the locations of the superficial lymph nodes. We'll start with this line up here, and then we'll do this one on the very bottom, and then we'll do this one on the left-hand side. The very first set of lymph nodes we're looking at are the cervical lymph nodes. Those are the ones that are in the neck. They're on top of the blood vessels and on top of the sternocleidomastoid muscle. But the cervical lymph nodes, they're in the neck. This bottom line is pointing to the thoracic duct. All of the lymph that is collected by the lymphatic capillaries that have passed into the lymphatic vessels in the lymph nodes, they all lead to a duct. There's one on the right side called the right collecting duct, and then there's one on the left side called the thoracic duct. So that's what this one is down here, the thoracic duct. And then the other line is pointing to some lymph nodes in the armpit, and those are the axillary lymph nodes. All right, so we have the cervical lymph nodes right here, the thoracic duct right here, and then the axillary lymph nodes located right here. All right, this one's pointing to this organ, which is right here. It is just underneath, or just deep to the sternum. Now the rib cage has been removed, so the sternum's been removed. So we can see this organ here, which is known as the thymus, Thymus. The thymus. That's where the T cells are developed and matured. In this slide, it's pointing to an organ that's in the upper left quadrant of the abdomen, and that is the spleen. Your entire blood supply goes through your spleen, and the red blood cells that are old and worn out will be destroyed and broken down in the spleen, and it reuses some of it will be recycled to make more red blood cells, but the rest of it is changed into some sort of bilinogen, which then goes to the liver and is changed to bile, or it's eliminated in the intestines as part of the feces. But anyway, that organ is known as the spleen. All right, this is the last slide for this system, the lymphatic system. These are the inguinal lymph nodes. Inguinal means in the groin. So those lymph nodes in the groin are known as the inguinal lymph nodes.